Happy Sunday. Last night I was kind of planning some content out and I realized that I have not done just like a one-day vlog probably since I was literally like in college, which is so crazy. I think I just like started doing like college week in my life videos and it just kind of never stopped. Like the week in my life just kept going through all my different phases of life, which is great and I love them, don't get me wrong, but I'm so partial to the day of my life videos because that's how I like started my channel. And when I started vlogging in college, it was just my day, but a lot of times the videos would be like 10 minutes long and I know that you guys would probably not like that very much if they're only 10 minutes long. So I kind of know what I'm doing now after like 9 years almost, but I thought today would be the perfect opportunity to do one of those videos again and just have you guys spend a solo Sunday with me. I like the single day videos, one because they're just not as cumbersome to edit and I can like put more effort into making the video more well edited since it's not like 3 hours of footage, and because I can just like be more detailed and thorough when I'm talking to you guys, and I don't know, that just sounded fun to me. So we're gonna do that. I made myself a pumpkin spice latte and I did a little bit of the marshmallow fluff on the sides just to like spice it up and make my coffee fun this morning, but I'm enjoying it. If I sound sick, it's because I'm very sick. I'm surprised I'm even vlogging, honestly, but I feel like I'm going kind of crazy right now. Griffin has been out of town since Thursday for a bachelor trip and he'll get home around 9 tonight, so I've been like home alone since then, and I started feeling really sick on Friday. But it's so weird because when we were in Palm Springs I started not feeling well there, but I couldn't tell if it was just like because the air was so dry there, because my throat got really dry there. But then on our last day I started getting like more stopped up, so I was like, okay, I feel like I'm like actually getting sick. And then as y'all know from my last video, I wasn't feeling well as soon as I got back for like 2 days, but then I went home to visit my parents in Florida for like a long weekend, Thursday to Monday situation, and just worked from home there. And I felt fine the entire time I was there. Like I felt better. I was like, I'm good. I have gotten over whatever I was sick with. Came back to Houston, was fine this week, and then Friday I started like gradually feeling horrible during the day, and like it literally felt like my throat was closing at times. Now I'm not really as stopped up, but I have a horrible cough and my head is just like constantly pounding and I just have like a lot of sinus pressure, so not very fun. But the reason why it really sucks is because I had spontaneously, while I was in Florida, I bought 2 tickets to see the band Camino in Austin. I texted my sister-in-law who goes to UT and I asked her if she listened to this band, and she said no, but she had heard of them and she would be happy to go with me. So I was like, bet, let's do it, because I was able to get 2 GA tickets for $100. I love the band Camino. I discovered them probably in, I think it was 2021, because one of my friends from high school was like helping me get back into the alternative pop and like alternative music scene, because I feel like that's what I really listened to a lot in high school, along with like rap and stuff and country. Really listened to everything, but I kind of strayed from that genre while I was in college, and she was just like showing me like artists that had recently came out and everything that I had just like missed out on, and the band Camino was one of them. So I've been listening to them since 2021, like literally love them so much. So pumped to be able to see them general admission for $50 for my ticket, like literally crazy. So I was like, this is perfect. I'll just drive to Austin on Saturday, come back Sunday. And then yesterday morning I woke up and I was like, I cannot go. As y'all know from me talking about it, I'm out of town every single weekend of October. This is the only weekend I'm not out of town. Creating that trip was making me out of town every single weekend. I just think my body is just like exhausted and done, just like with the traveling and everything. So I know I needed the rest, but absolutely killed me to not go to the concert, because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna have that chance to see them again for that low cost, and I'm not gonna be able to see a lot of my favorite live songs performed again probably, because a lot of my favorite ones are from like their older albums. So it's fine, but I did literally nothing yesterday. I slept in and I laid on the couch and watched football and did a little reading and everything. So today I've got to do a little bit of a reset, basically just laundry and getting groceries, and then we're gonna read and just have a day together. I have about an hour until I need to go pick up groceries though from our curbside order. So I'm just gonna sit here and read Fourth Wing. I plan on finishing it today because I am almost done. So let's get some reading in. Home from picking up our curbside order. I will give you guys a quick grocery haul. First, I'll tell you guys the meals we're gonna have this week. I leave late Thursday night, like after dinner, to go to Nashville for one of my high school friends' weddings. So another wedding to go to. So with that, I still got 5 dinners because I got tonight through Thursday. And if we end up not making one of those nights, Griffin can just make it over the weekend while I'm gone, but I do come back Saturday night. I didn't really want to stay like that long. It was also a lot more money to fly back on Sunday instead of Saturday, and the wedding's on Friday. So I just ended up getting my ticket to come back Saturday. But for the meals this week, I'm gonna do a pasta salad that's like very fall themed, that has like walnuts, apples, smoked chicken sausage. So that's what this is for. And then we're gonna do a vodka pasta with ground turkey on the side, like seasoned, to add into it for extra protein. I'll leave all the recipes linked down below. I'm gonna do this crock pot orange chicken. I've never made it before. I'm a little nervous because it's just like a random TikTok recipe, so it may or may not turn out well. We'll see. I actually might put that in the crock pot today so that I can have it for dinner, and then the leftovers we can have for lunch tomorrow, so that way Griffin has lunch for tomorrow for work. The lighter chicken fried rice recipe, I think I mentioned it in the last time I was talking about our meals for the week. We just really enjoy that recipe, honestly. I always have to whip out my Notion to see what I ended up planning because I can never remember all the meals. Oh, and of course, white chicken chili. Gonna make Gather Nutrition's white chicken chili for the first time this year. I've been making that recipe for like 4 years now, and it's one of my favorites. So very much so looking forward to that. We had a white wine chicken soup last week that I did in the crock pot, and it was phenomenal. I'll leave that recipe link down below too. So it was really easy because it was really just like a crock pot. You throw it in and then have to do like one little step before you eat it, and it was super simple and really delicious. Those are the 5 meals this week. Let's get into the grocery haul. I also got stuff to make like these sourdough like tuna cottos that I saw from Samantha Milton on Instagram. It sounded really good, so I got those to make for like lunch one day while I'm at home, maybe even today when I don't have like leftovers to eat. So for our protein this week, I have the chicken sausage for the pasta salad, ground chicken for the chicken fried rice, and then I have 3 things of chicken thighs. I have 2 for the orange chicken recipe because it calls for like a lot, still quite a bit, and then 1 pack for the white chicken chili. Got some limes, a green apple for the pasta salad, bell pepper for the white chicken chili. This is for the tuna cottos. I have the pepper jack ones in the fridge, but she uses these specifically, so I was like, whatever, I'll get them. This is for the orange chicken recipe, some gluten-free soy sauce, and mirin feta crumbles for the pasta salad, some garlic and red onion pre-diced to just make it easier for making the pasta salad, because I know making the dressing is going to be time consuming. Some arugula for the pasta salad. These microgreens are for the tuna cotto. Some eggs for the chicken fried rice, and just to have sweet potato cubes. These are for the pasta salad. Green onions. I think we have enough of this rice on hand, this frozen rice, but I just got some extra for when I'm out of town in case Griffin needs it. Some frozen blueberries. They were out of the really big bag that I normally get, so I just got the small bag to get me through for now. 2 things of Yasso's, the strawberry chocolate crunch and the sea salt caramel crunch. More vanilla Greek yogurt. These little protein yogurt drinks that Griffin likes, and 1 of the mixed berries. Got some Olippops. We have a lot from last week still, so I have crisp apple and cream soda, pinto beans, and Great Northern beans for the white chicken chili, diced green chilies for the white chicken chili, and these for the white chicken chili too, the diced tomatoes with green chilies. Orange marmalade is for the orange chicken. I'm so excited. I finally got my hands on the Chobani cookie butter creamer because I've been trying to get my hands on it for probably the last 3 or 4 weeks, and it's just been out of stock at H-E-B. So I'm excited for that. Walnuts for the chicken salad. And then this is the crisp bread sourdough that Samantha Milton used for her tuna cotto. So I'm excited to try these. Chicken broth, and then these Enjoy Life little dark chocolate chips. Always like to have these on hand for like making any kind of little sweet treat dessert at night with stuff on hand. So they always come in handy for that. Okay, dinner is in the crock pot. It should be ready around 4, but I grabbed the mayo though, and I got this dress from Pepper Mayo, and I think I'm gonna wear it to my next 2 weddings. This was stunning and like very timeless. Like I'd be able to wear it for a long time, and it's nothing like crazy trendy. I was gonna get a newly, but like nothing was calling out to me, and I didn't feel like finding other stuff to fill the newly with, even though it would have been beneficial because I have like the Tate McRae concert, and I would have had it for like the Ban Camino concert if I went. Going to Nashville, having that wedding, and then having a wedding in early November too. This is so stunning though. It's from Pepper Mayo, and It has like this very, very subtle floral kind of lace pattern. Not even lace, it's just kind of like in the pattern at the top. And it's a little ruched on the sides, and then the bottom, it's kind of like a drop waist situation. I love this like limey chartreuse color because I think it's really good for fall, but also it works in the summer if you need it to, and spring. I'll try it on for you guys in a second. This is from the brand Pup Essentials. They reached out to me on Instagram when they saw my video about Ella, and just for like catching you guys up on like how I'm doing with that, which I feel like I've still been talking about in every vlog. This past week has been extremely difficult. I don't know what it is about this week particularly where the grief has just been hitting me so much harder, but I've just had to cry like multiple times every day for the last week. And I think part of it is because from like when I went home to see my parents, they have 2 dogs. And I think being around like other small dogs for an extended amount of time, it just like really stirred up those feelings. And then coming home from traveling and her just like not being here because it was always like so exciting to see her. I would get home from traveling, maybe it's like my period, I don't really know, but it's been really hard. And I know it's going to be like, I'm gonna have times where I am doing better than others in terms of how I'm handling it, but the pain's always there. And I've found that like if I'm feeling it, I just need to let myself feel it. Sometimes I literally cry for like 5 seconds and then I pick up my feelings and try and move on. And then other times it's like a full-blown like I'm sobbing and just need to let myself sob for a while. And I think part of it too is just like being home alone this weekend. Even though I have Oscar with me, he's cuddly and he's like a friendly cat, but I kind of have to force him to cuddle, and not like obviously like force him against his will. Like I'll just hold him and then he realizes, oh, this is kind of comfy, and then he'll lay there with me. Like I had him do that with me last night, but then 2 nights ago he was just being a demon and he was like biting me and like clawing me, and I wasn't even doing anything. Like I was just sitting there, and it made me really frustrated because I was like, he's literally hurting me. Just like an adjustment with having a kitten after having a dog who would like never hurt me. And not that he's meaning to, you guys get what I'm saying. Please do not take that out of context. I love him with my entire heart. I know that kittens are just more playful though, and they play differently, and I always try to keep a toy nearby so that I can like redirect what he's clawing and like biting to the toy instead of me. But anyways, this came in great timing. Look at her. It's a sweatshirt and it's embroidered. Like it's not even screen printed, it's literally embroidered, and it's her freaking adorable little face. I love how like every time I've had like a hard week, I've had something come in the mail like related to her that like people have been gifting me with and stuff, and it's just like literally so sweet. I'm so thankful. I really love the color of this too because it's like cream. I don't know, this is just really, really sweet. I think this is a really great gift to get people, even if they like haven't like lost their dog. I think it's a really great gift just to like commemorate somebody's dog, because dogs are like our whole life if you have one. So thank you to Pup Essentials. I'll leave that link down below. It's really just so hard, but I'm doing my best and it's gonna be okay. I know she wouldn't want me to be sad, but sometimes I just have to be. I should have shown that last because now I'm just like moving on to the rest of the mail, and that just like feels weird after like literally breaking down. Anyways, got this clutch from Amazon. I'll leave it linked too, for like weddings and just like nicer occasions, so I wanted something a little bit dressier, and I think this will be really good going into the holidays too to have, and really just good year round for like having a clutch because of all the freaking weddings we can go to. Anthropologie was doing 50% off their sale stuff, and I've come to the conclusion that I absolutely hate my entire closet besides like my athleisure stuff. I'm gonna slowly like start trying to just like literally get rid of everything and slowly start pulling new stuff in. I really want to like try and thrift a lot of stuff, but I just don't have a ton of time to do that right now. But I saw that they were doing the 50% off sale. If they still have it online, I will link it. So it's 100 on sale and it was 50% off that. But this is once again that chartreuse color. It just looked so cute though. And I just thought it was like a good dress that I could wear with like boots or something in the fall, especially here in Houston since it's still so hot. This Maeve top, which was $30. I love this. I know like these shoulders, they're normally not my favorite just because I already have like kind of bulkier shoulders, but I thought like if I have my hair half up or pulled back straight, it won't look so overwhelming with like all my curly hair. But I just thought it was really cute for fall, and you can just like wear like a little black bodysuit or tank under it, and very cute. And I like that it's not like super cropped or anything. I also got these salt and pepper shakers. They were like $6 after the 50% off. So I thought that was just like a great deal for like unique little ceramic ones. And I need to actually put salt and pepper in them, but I thought they were so cute for fall, and they just really match like everything we have out right now. And I know these are things I technically won't really wear until next season, but they were too good of a deal to pass up. I don't remember how much they were. I tried to think about the things that I like was lacking in my wardrobe this summer, like when I was getting dressed, and I was like, oh, I don't have something that goes with this. One of the things was like a darker brown sandal sandal because the only brown sandals I have are like from Target, and they're like that reddish brown cognac color. These are like a darker brown. They're the Bibby Lou brand, and I thought they were so cute. And these I thought could be really great to dress up or like wear super casually with like linen pants. I almost got the dark brown, and I kind of wish I did, but when I was looking at the gold, I was like, I think this is something that I could like really use to like dress up certain like sundresses and stuff when I don't want to wear like a cream or white sandal, because I feel like a lot of the times I'm like trying to find the right color, cream or white, wear with a lot of like my linen pants and sundresses and stuff to dress them up. But I think these will be a lot easier to just like throw on and go and look dressier. I've been trying to reinvest my earnings from selling stuff on Poshmark into getting new stuff for my wardrobe. And I got all of that, I think, for under like 200. I also got a really cute necklace off Anthropologie, but it hasn't come in yet. So that's my little haul though. I'm literally burning up. It's so hot today. I stuck my toes in the pool when I was going to get groceries. It feels really good. So I'm like kind of debating laying out there, but I feel so horrible. I feel like being in the sun's not gonna make me feel much better because like how bad my head hurts and just dehydrating me further. But I don't know, we'll see. Here's what this dress looks like. It's definitely a little long. I will probably end up getting it hemmed. I don't know if I'll get it hemmed like this week. I'm probably gonna have to. This is very long on me. But I really love the color and the fit of this. I think it's so flattering and just chic. Got a 4 and it honestly fits me like perfectly, if not a little tight in my ribs and like chest. I can be between a 4 and a 6 in dresses, but this is not like a stretchy material at all. So if you are between sizes, I would size up, but it's very, very cute. I love it. We have this hall closet and it has just been driving me nuts because it's obviously a mess. It was like pretty organized, but then when we got Oscar, we just kind of threw everything in here. But then it also holds like a lot of our cleaning related stuff, like our steamers down there, our mop bucket. Our cleaners do that when they come like every 2 to 3 weeks. We don't really use them that often, but obviously still want to keep them. Just built those little cubbies, and my mom accidentally sent those to our house instead of her house a while ago, like literally probably 2 months ago at this point. So it's just been sitting. My mom was like, you can return them if you want, but if you have a use for them, like go ahead and just use them, because she said she really didn't need them anyways. And I realized, I was like, wait, I could use that in our little closet because it could help organize just Oscar's stuff and the cleaning stuff in here a lot better. So I'm gonna get this closet organized now that I got those shelves built. I've been listening to Heartless Hunter on Audible. I have been loving it so far. I just really struggle with audiobooks because I realize that like my mind is truly thinking about other things like any given second. Oftentimes I just like get lost in my thoughts and completely forget I'm listening to an audiobook. So I have to be very intentional when I'm listening to them and like remind myself and almost like consciously force myself to be listening to it and not let my thoughts go crazy. So a little bit at the beginning of it, I feel like I missed out on some of the details because I was listening to it when I was driving. My thoughts were just elsewhere. And I tried to like rewind and re-listen to some of it, but I still feel like I'm just kind of out of the loop on maybe a few little details. But I think I'm far enough into it now that I have a good idea of like what's going on, and I'm really enjoying it so far. But I'm really hoping to finish it before the end of the month, since it was on my TBR this month, and I'm really determined to at least get 2 of the books from my TBR done this month, but that may or may not happen. Okay, this looks so much better. I mean, it doesn't look good, but like these types of storage closets never look good because the stuff in them is just ugly, generally speaking. Our air filters up here. I really love that this is so tall because I can fit this giant box because it's just been sitting in our guest room and it's been driving me nuts. So the mop bucket, our little green machine. I stuck all of our like cleaning tools that are awkwardly shaped over here. These could also go in our little mudroom cabinets, but I really don't want to put them in there because I just think it'll make those look really messy and I'd rather them look nice. So like our scrub brushes, our broom, the handle for the mop, all that kind of stuff is right there. And then the previous owner left some pool noodles and we haven't used them, so I'm just like leaving them there for now. I built a little cabinet and I always had Ella's toys in this, but since we moved here, I had kind of emptied it out and put Ella's toys in a friend's little rope basket that looked better because it's sitting in our mudroom still. I just like had a whole cabinet of one of those for her and I just like can't get myself to clean it out still. And I probably won't be able to for a while. Anyways, I just have this for Oscar's litter robot related stuff, and I'll probably stick like any other toys that like he may not play with as often. Swap his toys out from time to time because he does get bored with them, so I can like put them in here when we're not using them. I have his wet food and his dry food. And then this little wooden box that we got like from a gift or something, I just have his little treats, some pet wipes, his little nail trimmers, and then some dental wipes, these little spring toys. He's obsessed with these, and I haven't tried this yet, but it's supposed to help allergies from cats, so you just kind of like put it on them like dry shampoo, but I should try this honestly. These are like dusting things and the little mats for our steamer, and then down here I have more little dusting things, and then these are just like random cleaning related things that don't really have a good spot. So I have this yoga mat spray, Drano, and this for our little green machine, some litter down here, our steamer, and then I broke down his carrier. I did get him a new carrier because I had that other one that was like a shoulder bag, and it was great when he was a kitten, but I wanted one that was like hard on the sides and bigger for him because he outgrew the other one so fast. So we ended up ordering this one and love it so far. A little chom chom roller for fur and lint, and then these are just some tools for our steamer. Now that I think about it, I don't remember if I ever told you guys that we got a litter robot, but we did probably 2 months ago. And part of the reason we got one actually was because Ella was like so interested in the litter box, and she would like try and go in, and like one time she literally grabbed a piece of Oscar's poop out of it, and I was like, oh my god, this cannot happen. But it was like when she was just in the bathroom with him with us when we first got him, like we never really let her get by the litter box unsupervised, but we knew with time that that wouldn't be the case because it's not like we could always keep our eyes on her at every moment once we like let Oscar start free roaming like he is now after he had been like a very fresh kitten. I asked a bunch of people what they thought of litter robots. I know like 4 or 5 people that have one, and that's just like out of the people I asked and knew who had one, and they all said it was so worth it. So I might have told y'all this, but I don't remember. When we got our refund from our home insurance for our last home, because they like prorate based on like once you sell your home, the part of the year that you're not using that home insurance anymore for that home, you get refunded. So we got a nice refund check from that, which I think it was like $600 or $700, and that's about how much the litter robots are. We were like, let's just go ahead and spend this money on the litter robot because we weren't like planning on using it for anything else, and it would have just been spent on something anyways. So we keep it in Griffin's little like man cave room in here, and he has no issues with it. He loves it. We love it. Makes everything so easy for us. And now that we've had it for as long as we have, I can absolutely say like 100% worth the money, because we were, you know, scooping litter once or twice a day before that every day. And I mean, it's not something that's hard, but it does like obviously take time. The litter robot just saves us time at the end of the day and makes things a lot more simple. So I'm never mad about something that makes things a little bit more easy for us. I seriously feel so drained after building that little shelf. It literally took not even 30 minutes, and getting that closet organized. I'm gonna try to get a doctor's appointment for tomorrow though, for sure. But I have decided I'm gonna go ahead and shower. I'm gonna wash my hair. I washed it like on Wednesday, but I slept on it wet. That's why it looks kind of questionable. I do not have the energy to do a full-on curly hair routine, so I'm going to do my old reliable routine of doing it in the shower at the end of my shower after I turn the water off, and throwing it in my hair towel and letting it dry in this for like 2 hours and then air dry the rest of the time, because I simply do not have the energy to do anything else. I really meant to do like a full-on social media detox this weekend because my screen time's been so bad, but I have like excuses for it, but I don't at the same time, you know, because a lot of my job revolves around social media, and I meant to just not be on it yesterday at all, but I ended up like getting on it and trying to find just like some inspiration on like Instagram and Pinterest and everything for our living room, because we are getting a new couch. A brand is sending us one, just in exchange. Like, it's not paid, it's literally just in exchange for mentioning them, but hey, I'm all here for it. And it's so funny, if you didn't know, our current couch is like, gosh, 18 years old, I think, 19 years old, something like that. It has been in Griffin's family that long, and it's staying in the family. It's going to his youngest sister who's in college, so it's just so funny that it's just like getting passed around. It's really like the sisterhood of the traveling couch. So I'm very excited for that, but I wanted to make sure we got the new rug we wanted to get to go with it before it arrives, and it's supposed to be delivered on Monday the 27th of August. This is a third time this weekend I've said August instead of October. 27th of October, and I found a rug. I'm normally somebody who takes like way too long to do that kind of stuff, because I'm like, let me look through all bajillion pages of the size rug we need on Target, Wayfair, Ruggable, like every single website that sells a rug. I'm literally wanting to scour all my options, but I ended up just scrolling on LTK for a little bit yesterday, which I never really do that, like as a consumer on LTK, because like obviously I have LTK as a creator. I ended up finding like literally the perfect rug. So I'm very excited, because I was really struggling because all the rugs that I was finding were, the blues were too blue and like the oranges that were in them were like way too red. And I was really wanting something with just like earth tones, but very neutral, like not too warm or cool. And I ended up finding it. So I'm very excited about that. All that being said, I ended up sitting on my phone for a very long time yesterday, but a lot of it was for finding an outfit for Tate McRae's concert coming up soon and finding a rug. All that being said, I was on my phone way too long yesterday and didn't do a detox, but I am social media detoxing today, and it's feeling so good. I really want to get in a good habit of just like literally not getting on it in the morning until like my workday has started, and then I can get on if I need to get on for something work related, and then not getting on it like once I've had dinner through the rest of the evening. That is like my goal, and I'm like really gonna try to be good about that. It always feels so good to do a detox day on social media, because I just feel like my day goes by so much more slowly, and it really is, because I was just sitting there and I was like, what do I do right now? Because I'm just like, I could read, but then I was like, actually I should probably go ahead and shower so that my hair will be dry before I go to sleep. So that's why we're gonna do it now. I finished the dinner and I'm excited to see if it's good. I added baby broccolini on the side because I didn't have any vegetables to go with it, and I was like, I need a vegetable in this to add some color, and I needed to make it anyways because I think I got it like a week ago, so I didn't want it to go bad. But I will do a little taste test, even though it's probably gonna be so freaking hot. It's really good. I've been burned a couple times on crock pot recipes specifically, especially ones that are like just a chicken and sauce that you serve with other stuff. We kind of have like a running inside joke. Like when I tell Griffin that I'm making like chicken with some kind of sauce, he's like, oh no, not the chicken and sauce, because I've been burned a few times with just like recipes not being good, but this one's actually good. And it's actually one Griffin sent to me, I think a long time ago. So he'll be happy to finally be trying it. I got a little bit of reading in, but after I like switched over laundry, I was just like texting some of my friends going to the wedding this next weekend, and I realized that it's gonna be cold in Nashville, and I was like, I don't have any dresses that are good for like colder weather weddings, because normally I'll just wear like fall or winter colored dresses and then wear like a long overcoat over it, but it's not going to be that cold. So I was like, this is kind of a weird in between. Mute this so it's not so loud. But on top of that, I realized we probably are going out on Broadway after the wedding. So knowing that, I was like, I don't want to be wearing like a long dress. I don't want to be cold. So what do I do? The wedding is cocktail attire, and I haven't worn like a short dress to a wedding in my adult life ever. Like it literally feels feels illegal to do so, even though I know it's not. I just feel like all the weddings we've gone to have been like black tie optional or black tie. So I was like, shoot, I need to find something to wear that I won't freeze in and that will be good to potentially go out in, and something that could get here by Thursday. So I ended up having to look for that stuff for a little bit, and that cut into my reading time. It's like so annoying because it's like if it's not scrolling on social media, I'm like looking on my phone for stuff like that randomly comes up. But I will be able to read for the next few hours. Once I get dinner cleaned up and our leftovers packed up for tomorrow, I'll be able to park it and read for a little bit. I just got on social media really quickly so I could post a TikTok and an Instagram photo dump. And it's so funny because I've like posted a few more photo dumps than usual lately, and they take like literally a fraction of the effort of making a reel, putting a reel together, editing the reel, getting the clips for it, all that stuff. And my posts always perform like significantly better consistently than my reels, which is so interesting. I just feel like I have a vintage Instagram account. It's just funny to me because I'm like, why am I over here trying so hard with reels just for my posts that I just are literally photos that I take to do so much better. I love a good photo dump, and like curating a photo dump, I feel like I'm very good at it. I have like a specific kind of like formula I do, and I know it's not that deep, but I always do like the same kind of thing when I do photo dumps in a way. None of this even matters in the grand scheme of things. I'm just like literally yapping right now because I'm bored and folding this. Also, the fact that it is 6 o'clock right now, and I not only made dinner, ate dinner, cleaned up dinner, did the dishes, and cleaned the kitchen, and it's only 6. This is the best feeling ever. Normally, I'm like just now getting done with work, so this is just like the best feeling. We had our cleaners come on Friday, so really didn't have to do any cleaning this weekend besides just like cleaning up after cooking. So that was definitely very nice to have a clean house going into the weekend. I have a lot more laundry to fold though. I'm gonna see if there's anything I want to watch on YouTube while I do it, or if I'm just going to keep listening to Heartless Hunter. All the laundry that I have done and that's dry so far has been put up. So that's feeling really great at the beginning of the week. It is now 6:32. I watched Jenna's vlog while I was folding laundry because I saw that I had 2 I needed to watch from her. I'm gonna put Jenna's other video on the TV, and I was gonna save this for tomorrow morning, but I'm like, I might as well do it now. But then I was like, why make myself do work before work tomorrow morning if I don't have to? What, buddy? All I have to do though is make a thumbnail and like figure out what I want my video title to be for my vlog that's going up tomorrow. So I'm just gonna do that while I watch Jenna's other video. Right now I'm gonna make some peppermint tea. It just feels so good on my throat and everything to have a warm drink. Even though my throat's not sore, just when you're sick it feels better. While my tea is getting ready, I'm gonna do my red light mask since it just takes 10 minutes, so should be perfect timing. If someone looked in this window right now, they'd probably be terrified. Doing a little 2-in-1 while I get my tea made. Also, this candle from TJ Maxx smells unreal. It's an apple cinnamon. I got it in my fall vlog that I did for resetting for fall. Something about apple candles, I swear, their scent just like throws so much more intensely and so much farther. It smells so good in here. I love that other candle I had in here, but the scent's just like a little bit more of a subtle scent, so just because of the nature of like what the smell is in general. This one is just giving me life right now though. Switching up your candle scent can just like do so much to boost your mood so easily. And this apple one is giving me the best fall vibes, even even though it doesn't really feel like fall outside. I'm actually gonna do this sweet lemon everyday immune tea. I've never had this one from Yogi, and I honestly had no idea we even had this in our pantry. I think I might have gotten it in a PR box from a random brand. It says this expired on October 3rd, but I think it's fine. There's nothing in this natural tea that's going to actually expire that badly, I guess. We'll see. But this just sounds right up my alley given the circumstances. It is 10 o'clock. Griffin is finally home, and I have like 30 minutes left in Fourth Wing, and I'm gonna finish it tonight. I don't see myself falling asleep, but hopefully that doesn't happen. If not, whatever, I'll finish it in the morning. But I am disappointed in myself because I was like definitely thinking I would have finished it, and then thinking today I could have started the book club book that I have about a week and a half to read. I really didn't want to read that one while I was home alone, which I could have done it during the daytime today. It's like a thriller or horror book, I don't know. And I never look forward to reading those in the evening, so I need to be good about reading that one like in the morning, I guess, before work or something. I don't know. Fourth Wing, my thoughts so far, it's been good. It wasn't really feeling like a 5-star. Some things that I feel like just happen like really fast, but the way time passes in the book, like a lot of time will pass and it's just like one thing will end and then it'll be like months later, and that kind of stuff I just never really like mentally do well with, because it's just like, I don't know, when you're reading it and things are happening like this from reading but they're happening months apart, it just like makes the time feel distorted in the timeline sequence of events of things happening. The last like 50% of it's definitely been like a lot more intense in terms of like the action and everything, so that's kept me intrigued. But I'll give more formal thoughts tomorrow morning once I've finished. So I'll come back and recap that tomorrow morning and finish the vlog off in the morning so I can let you guys know my final thoughts of the book. I kept getting distracted though because I had the ALCS on TV. I should have just put like an ambiance video on because I kept like looking and like watching the game, and then I'd look back down in the book, so that ended up eating into a lot of the time I was reading too. So I'm gonna get in bed though and finish reading, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with my thoughts and to wrap up this vlog. I am gonna do a face mask tonight. I got this Medicube one during Prime Day, the sale. I did the sheet mask before and I loved them, but I really wanted to try. I've never done like a sleep-in mask that you peel off the next morning, and I did do this one last week, but I definitely didn't put enough of the product on because it was really hard to take off the next morning. It felt really good the next morning. My skin looked great the next morning, so I just really hope that it actually like comes off in the morning easier than it did last time, because it took me a really long time to get it off. Currently updating my reading status for Fourth Wing to finished. Very exciting. I can't believe I finally did it. We just went on a 30-minute walk this morning. It is 7 o'clock, so early because we got up at like 5:30. But I made my first hot coffee with our coffee machine that we've had since April, and I'm excited to try it. I made Griffin one too, but I told him his coffee was like a survival coffee because I had no idea what I was doing. So I was making a cappuccino when I've actually never made one before, like an actual legitimate one. So his was unfortunately the trial run, and mine is the hopefully better one. It doesn't look pretty at all. There's no milk design or anything, but it smells phenomenal because I just did honey, cinnamon, and a splash of the cookie butter creamer to go with the milk in it. Anyways, back to Fourth Wing. I have like a lot of thoughts, but I feel like they're kind of conflicting. On one end, I don't get the hype. Like I'm like, this, I was expecting it to be as earth-shattering as like the Throne of Glass series felt. Granted, this is only one book in the Throne of Glass series. Obviously, I'm talking about many books in that situation. I absolutely can see how this book rocks so many people's world, because I feel like a lot of people who don't typically read fantasy, at least the people I know in my life, the people who have read it are people who have read no other fantasy, and they loved Fourth Wing. And I get that. Like, that makes so much sense, because Fourth Wing was such a digestible fantasy book, because the language in it doesn't didn't read like fantasy, which that's one of my complaints of it, actually, because it kind of just made it not feel as, I don't know, it kind of felt like it was a detached situation. The language didn't match what was going on. And that's probably just a precedent thing for me, that I previously have read like Throne of Glass, ACOTAR, whatever, so I'm kind of expecting more of like that language, because that's what I'm used to, and that's really the only fantasy I've read in my adult life in terms of a series. But I was expecting like that kind of language for Fourth Wing, so it was very jarring to like read the book and it be reading like a romance novel in a way in terms of the language. Overall though, I really love how the way everything's set up, just kind of like the world they live in, is very Divergent coded, and I was such a Divergent girl when I was in high school. I remember when I finished the Allegiant book, the final book in that series, I threw my book across the room and I cried for like 5 hours. Like, I was distraught. And that series had such a chokehold on me. I was obsessed with the soundtrack. It's so funny because when I was reading Fourth Wing last night, I had some of like the Divergent soundtrack songs playing in my head, like Beating Heart by Ellie Goulding. What are some other ones? Let me just pull it up because I just want to, I don't know, engage in some nostalgia right now. There was a song by M83. I don't remember what it was though, but it was like, I just like ate that soundtrack up. Like, it was literally on my playlist that I would listen to driving to school. Find You by Zed. Oh my God. Fight for You by Pia Mia. Oh, there were so many. I Need You by M83. That song, so good. Dead in the Water by Ellie Goulding was also on there. My Blood by Ellie Goulding was also really good. Waiting Game by Banks. That like album from the soundtrack made me discover Banks. And I Won't Let You Go by Snow Patrol. There was so much good music on that album. Anyways, all that aside, back to Fourth Wing. I loved how it felt like Divergent in that regard, in terms of there being like different things. There's scribes, and then there's writers, and then there's like menders and healers, and each type of person serves like a different function in the society. I really enjoyed that. I thought the romance was pretty hot, like loved that aspect of it. I love the relationship between the dragons and the writers, like the bond that they build. I loved that because that's just like unique, and I haven't read something like that in a fantasy book before. Oh my gosh, this cappuccino is unreal. Wow, that's really good. I want another one already. And now for some other thoughts that maybe aren't as like positive, and there are going to be spoilers, and that's because I don't know how to explain how I felt about it without spoiling something. I really thought that Xaden and Violet were like, seriously, I mean, like obviously they were enemies in the beginning, but they became lovers so fast. I feel like it happened so early in the book, and not even that it happened so early in the book, she just like always had a thing for him from the beginning. Like, she was like, oh, I'm not supposed to like him, but I am. And that's not, I don't know, I feel like it was marketed as like true enemies to lovers, but maybe that's just what I was seeing from the people I know reading it. I don't know. But she like nearly from the get-go like was obsessed with him. And maybe I had the wrong idea about it. Like, maybe I thought they were supposed to be enemies to lovers, and it's like really not. It's really just like they shouldn't like each other and they do situation, which is a little different from enemies to lovers. And I'm thinking that's probably the case. So that's not really a valid criticism, but it did throw me off because I was expecting it to be like this enemies to lovers situation, and it definitely was not. The only other critique from the morning after, like the more I think about it, I'll probably have some more like, I don't know, thoughts stir. Like, I don't really feel like I can rate it right now because I need to sit with it a little bit. There was a little tension and like a little build up, but it really wasn't like that much. I feel like, I don't know, maybe other people think it was a lot, but, and you can probably see as somebody who was expecting enemies to lovers, how quickly their romance just hit the ground running. And I did feel like some of the world building was a little bit info dumping heavy, because there were times where we were like having just like very casual dialogue and it was just like very digestible reading, and then all of a sudden a ton of background information was being dropped on us, and it was just like, okay, wait, I'm like having to switch gears here, and it would kind of like string on, and I would get very confused with the info dumping too, because there's a few key details that I feel like I missed, and that's probably because I read some of this when I was kind of falling asleep over the term of me reading it. I always read before bed, y'all know, so I think sometimes I miss key details when I'm like falling asleep while reading. Part of me feels like the world building could have been done differently maybe. I also just hated the nickname Violence. Like, I was like, is that really the best we could come up with for her for this? With all I've seen about like the next books just like not being as good. Yeah, all this being said, I don't know if I want to continue it or not. I know my friend Lottie Smalley here on YouTube, she DNF'd the third book, Onyx Storm, I think is what it's called. And she's gonna go back and reread like everything before the fourth book comes out. And I think that that's like a good strategy. So I think part of me wants to wait to read the next two until it's closer to the fourth book coming out, so that it's like fresh in my head, especially because I think we're introduced to like even more characters and stuff stuff in the next book. So knowing that, I'm very hesitant to continue it. So those are my thoughts. I am thinking like 4 stars right now, and a lot of that is because it was an easy read. Those are my thoughts, but I'm gonna go ahead and end off this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending the day with me, and then this morning too. Be sure to subscribe if you aren't already and turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload. If you made it to the end of this video, comment the dragon emoji to signify finishing 4th wing finally, and follow me on social media, link down below, and I will see you all in my next vlog.